welcome to, I believe this is our fourth edition of Ask the Expert. We have Lisa Cordasco joining us today. She owns New Crystal Restoration. Her company specializes specifically in green cleaning, and she's really kind of paving the way in her area, making sure that there are some groups with particular needs that she's catering to. Lisa, thank you for joining us. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your company?
It would be my pleasure. Thank you for having me, Michelle. I have a restoration company in the New York metropolitan area. It's called New Crystal Restoration. And although we're a very old and well-established company, we're celebrating our 55th anniversary this year in our market. About 8 years ago, when my dad retired and I had worked with him previously, we decided to take the company in a new direction. I have a son with special needs. He has autism, and my son couldn't tolerate a lot of smells and odors and things that he was exposed to in the house. And I thought, he can't be alone, and why would I expose other individuals and other families and businesses to the same type of possible adverse response? So when I had the ability to do what I wanted to and tweak the company in my direction, I decided to investigate, and we now feature a botanical-based product that is highly effective and very safe, and it's a perfect fit for everyone, and especially people with medical concerns and special needs.
So what did the process look like in trying to find a product that would work for you, that you approved of?
Well, I like to say that I'm a very savvy businesswoman, but I think I'm even more conscientious and more devoted as a mom and as a parent. And I think when you try to please people, you're trying to do what you would do in your own home. So what I was trying to do was get a product that was effective and powerful and safe and affordable. So that was an arduous task, but I didn't really have to investigate that far, and I put my thinking cap on and my research cap on and my mom cap on, and I found a product that is actually very highly regarded in the restoration industry and used by other companies throughout the U.S., but unfortunately not that well embraced in certain markets. So I went into talks with the manufacturer and explained to them, what our target audience was and what the product would be used for, and they were the perfect fit for what we wanted to do.
Okay. All right. So how do you address concerns that a product without harsh chemicals might not really get something clean?
This is I guess a G-rated publication here, so I don't want to say not on our watch. But you know what? It's really a comment made by people who really haven't investigated and have educated themselves into knowing that products don't have to be chemically based with harsh toxins to be powerful and effective. And a lot of the products used day in and day out, you'll see with a lot of things now in supermarkets and in big box stores, they're going to more green and botanical based products because they know that they do have the studies and the backup behind them that they're effective and powerful, yet they don't have all of the adverse chemicals that can be harmful. So it's something that I think will become much more embraced, and people will understand it as they, read more about it and understand more about it. But I like to say, people know the value of organic, and people know the value of years ago, right, going to your own backyard garden, picking that tomato, rinsing it off with a little water, and eating it right to your table. What could be better than that? So we don't want to put anything into our body that's harmful, and we don't want to use things in our home that could, make our immune system more compromised and make us be more at risk and make us be more susceptible. So our approach is non-toxic and it's green and it's effective.
Okay, so what has been your biggest success story so far using green products?
Well, there's been lots of them, and not only working with adjusters who are now saying, I have a client who is ill or doesn't do, doesn't want chemicals used in their home or is very conscientious of good health and environment, so they'll single us out. That's been positive. The abundance of work that we've gotten from school districts, especially on the college level, where they have a mandate day in and day out to reduce their carbon footprint and to make sure that their staff and the students are not exposed to things that are negative. So we get called in a lot by those institutions to help them, along with restaurants and businesses. And I think the greatest success story is getting our word out more and more into the local community that for something to be um, powerful, it doesn't have to be harmful.
Okay. So, what would be your main piece of advice to a fellow restoration company that might be looking to make a similar change like you've done?
I think it's worth at least exploring. I think that business owners they're holding people's best health, yeah, in their hands when they go into someone's home. And if you can do one more thing that will improve somebody's quality of life and at least not diminish it, that's a good thing. And I think that we have an obligation to not only do the project right, and yes, the traditional projects do the project right, but they also have an adverse effect on the property that we leave in that condition. So I think that I would recommend that they at least take a moment to look at alternatives and options, because as things evolve and we get advances, when I first started in my office, we didn't have a computer, we didn't have Xactimate, and we didn't have iPhones, and we did work that way, and it worked okay. But now we have all of these tools and things that help us to do better and to serve the population better, and that's what we need to do. We need to make sure that our customers are treated well.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to add?
I would just like to add that it's just an absolute pleasure to help people day in and day out, that we combine the green products with a compassionate approach, and that each and every day when we go to work, we know that we're making people's lives better after catastrophe, and that's a wonderful thing.
Very good. Well, thank you so much, Lisa. And for those of you who are watching, be on the lookout for an article in the October issue having to do with green restoration and how that's evolving and becoming more popular, and perhaps some things to look at for your own business, and a little bit more about Lisa. Thanks so much, Lisa, and we'll see you all soon.